Thanks everyone for coming out today. My name is Matt Turner. I'm the CEO of Rockhaven Resources Limited. And today I guess I'll be talking about both the company and the Claza project, which is now a deposit. 2015 started off with a bang for the company with last month's announcement of our maiden resource at our Claza project. It came in at about 1.3 million ounces of gold equivalent at a nice grade. And I want to show throughout the presentation how we hope to grow that to the next threshold, which would be about 2 million ounces. And we think it's very attainable. So on that note, here's my forward-looking statement slide. So a little bit about us. Rockhaven is part of the Strategic Exploration Group, which consists of 5 public companies: Strategic Metals, Attack Resources, Silver Range Resources, and Arcus Development Group are the other 4 companies within our group. And between the 5 companies, we've spent about $175 million in exploration over the last 5 years, and that's mainly focused just in the Yukon itself. Collectively, between the 5 companies, we own over 200 projects, and we're actually the largest claim holder in the Yukon now. And interesting to note, Fraser Institute just came out a few days ago with their new rankings, and Yukon's actually classified as the most prospective geological district or jurisdiction in the world. So we've got the most of the best. And I think a lot of those projects basically came out of the minds of our highly experienced management team, but also the technical group behind us, the Archer-Cathro group. They've been exploring in the Yukon now for over 50 years. So it's a huge database, and they've been behind some of the most well-known discoveries or large project advancements, as you can see listed. So Rockhaven trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the ticker RK. We have 83.8 million shares outstanding. Our market cap is around $18 million or so, and we're down under $1 million now, so we will be doing a financing in the near term to fund 2015 work. One of the unique things about our company is that we actually hold 50% of the shares or the outstanding float between our parent company, Strategic Metals, and the related insiders. And you throw in Tocqueville Asset Management out of New York, that's another 8%, and they've maintained that through the last financing. So it's a really tight structure, and you can see I've put the stock chart from over the last year up on the screen there. You can see where insiders have come in and either supported the stock out of the market, buying out of the market, or with either taking part in private placements or exercising warrants. I guess actually Eric Coffin said it best in one of his most recent write-ups. So the management team's definitely drinking the Kool-Aid in the office. And as long as a full Jonestown doesn't happen in the market, I think we'll make out really well in this. So here's a snapshot of our main exploration area. First, I want to point out we are within a historical hard rock mining district, and also there's active placer mining operations all around our project. We own the project 100% as well. It's very important. The resource areas are unencumbered by NSRs as well, so that can be a potential funding mechanism as we get closer to production. So the 2 main zones are that are included in the resource are the Claza zone and the BRX zone right there. So for everyone over here, the Claza zone and the BRX zone right over in there. That's where we focus most of our exploration work through the years. There are another 7 zones that we've only lightly explored, and we plan to put that into the resource category as we further explore them. Now diving into the numbers that we released last month. So again, this is our maiden resource at Claza. We're at the 1.5 gram per ton gold cutoff. We're at just over 7 million tons at 4.19 grams gold and 96 grams silver. So using a 60 to 1 silver to gold ratio on the gold equivalents, you're at just under 6 grams gold equivalent and at 1.3 million ounces of gold equivalent. And then if you take the 3 gram cutoff, which is probably more representative because 3 of the 4 subzones that are included in the resource, they're mainly looked at, although you could pit them at surface to a fairly deep depth. they're looked at as being underground mining targets. So at the 3 gram cutoff, you're still, you're still at around just under 8 grams gold, and you're right around that 1 million ounce mark too. So, and the big thing is too, the fact that we're in that, in that high grade category now. You compare us to our peers, and most of them are basically evaluated or priced in at north of $35 up to, say, above $100 per ounce in the ground. We're less than 15. So there's, right off the bat, there's a lot of potential upside on the stock. And like I said, there's a lot of room to grow this resource. Here's a look at one of our main targets in the high-grade area. So I should point out, too, when we started on the property back in 2010, we were up in this area, right in here, up near the top of the hill. And we're all the way down here. We're almost 2 kilometers away from where we started. And what we found, we're in the distal part of the system and in the much higher grade part of the zone. So this year we went in and we drilled 40 holes in here. 20 of those highlights are shown in this compilation table. And you get an idea, so the widths basically range between 1 to 3 meters. And the highlights are, you're looking at between about 10 to 70 grams gold and 100 to 600 grams silver. Except for this deep hole down here. Hole 238 was a big step out. The collar for that would actually be back over here somewhere. So it's a big step out hole, and it actually returned 1,400 grams silver and half an ounce of gold. So as we continue to explore this down dip, we're going to hopefully come into even more higher grade mineralization. And we can see that on the long section. So this basically demonstrates or shows the results from the main plane of the BRX zone structure. You can see the holes. That's all done at 50 meter centers up in here, and then you've got this deep hole down hole 238. And so this year we plan to go in and infill down to that hole, and we'll probably take it down another 100 meters or so to continue to grow that resource. And you can see the numbers there. That area just in here, that's 350,000 ounces of gold at just under 8 grams, and then another 5 million ounces at 107 grams. The Claza zone, there's again 2 subzones, more of a bulk tonnage zone in here in the central Claza, and then we've got a higher grade discrete vein in the western Claza zone. I show this slide just, you can see the resource numbers there, but I want to point out, just to show again the size of the system, so these 2 main zones have been traced for 2.5 kilometers. There is a large 450 excavator right down there, and so just to show the size, right? Okay, so exploration going forward, all of our zones are hosted in linear magnetic lows. This area in here is where we've concentrated most of our efforts. You can see in the inset map, that's the 500 meter strike length of that central Claza zone. So a really nice defined magnetic low feature. And what you can take out of this is that to the south, along strike, and to the north, all these areas we haven't looked at yet. And so we can really blow the top off this going forward. Okay, so in summary, I think I haven't actually talked yet about the deposit model, and Eric mentioned it earlier, and you heard Paul from Continental Gold talk on it too. What we're dealing with here, and it was actually, interesting enough, it was Vic Wall, the chief geologist from Continental Gold, and he's world-renowned. It was 2 PDACs ago, actually, at our core shack at PDAC. He mentioned that it looks like we're dealing with a carbonate base metal gold system, and that's really, we're really firming up that model with the work we've done to date, especially that deep hole. So what I show here is 2, this is from the same zone, the Western BRX zone. That's from 50 meters down dip, that's from over 500 meters down dip, and not much has changed, and that's what's really unique about these type of systems. So thank you very much for your time. We've got a booth out there, of course, and if you're going to the PDAC, we do have a core shack on Tuesday and Wednesday. So please come check out some of the core. Thank you.